Hi, everybody. Good morning and welcome to our Sunday show with Susan Lynn, psychic medium, and myself, where we answer your questions that you place on the community board. And we are so happy to have all of you here and send you blessings. I want to make sure I mention that our beautiful person, Jen, is still not feeling well. And we are going to send her lots and lots of love and healing. She needs it desperately. We want her back working on her channel. And so please take time to send her healing and loving prayer if you would. We appreciate it. Thank you. Victoria, my community board, if you go to my homepage on my Heart and Soul Connected, you'll see all these different, like it says about and this and that. It says community. And there's a place for you to put your questions there. You do not have to do that today since I added your question in, but from now on, if you have a question, please do that. Yes. Oh, Laura, well, welcome. Welcome to participating in your first experience with us, I guess is the word. I want to let Susan say some things to you. I'm going to mute my mic soon.
Hi, everybody. We're just we're still dealing with a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are smarter than the average technical problem. So we're going to figure it out. It's great to see everybody in chat. Thanks for joining us today.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the questions, not in any particular order, but they were all listed and I've got them all written down. So I'm going to take the first question here, and hopefully the people that are in the chat will be the people that are posted the questions and will be able to verify for us. So first of all, we got Lynn Janeski, and I can see her in the chat, so I know she's here. She wants to know, will her husband and her move into a new home by the end of the year?
Sorry, I clicked on mute, but it didn't click. After, when I challenge the universe by saying I'm smarter than the average technology, it typically takes that opportunity to show me otherwise. So I learned that a few years ago, guys. Don't wave a red flag at them. They'll use it as a chance to teach you a lesson. So anyway, Lynn, good to see you here. And you were asking about moving into a new house. Yes, the first thing I heard before Allie was finished speaking, the question was yes. By the end of the year, I see you guys moving into the house. And I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I need to tell you about that. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see you guys. You guys just make my day showing up for these lives. Shannon and Rainey and MK and Deb, Patty and Angel Star and Victoria, everybody. Thank you. I don't see any problems. I mean, to me, it looks smooth. Let me see what Allie has to say.
Lynn, I got emotional balance. So my feeling is that this has been a roller coaster for you, perhaps, deciding what to do. Of course, with COVID, it's so hard, and also with the housing market. But I think if you gain your emotional balance, you're gonna be able to do it. Like Susan said, I got a yes as well. Yeah. Okay, so our next question was from G. Kim. G says, I've been meditating lately. Is my third eye opening? Does Spirit have any advice for me to further my connection?
Hi, thanks for your question. They're telling me, so what I'm doing right now is I'm talking to your spirit guides, and they're telling me it's a process. You're on the road, you're doing the right things. They feel really good about the progress you've made. I'm getting chills with that answer. Be gentle with yourself, right? I think that maybe you're a bit of an overdoer, and I can certainly understand that. Like once I make a decision to do something, I want to do it, and I want to do it right, and I want to whatever. But this is one of those things where we're not really in the driver's seat all the way, right? We're working with spirit, so we do what we need to on our side, which is meditate. Raise your vibration is really important. Keep your vibration high. You can do that by listening to happy music, singing, dancing to it, watching funny movies, doing a lot of self-care, getting massages, getting acupuncture, getting Reiki, whatever, going into nature. And I feel like you're doing all that. Let me just say that I do kind of feel this tripping that you're having with the third eye. Okay. I'm sorry, Allie. I'm going to talk just a second longer. There's an exercise that Medium Kim, who's amazing. If you haven't checked out these people's channels, okay, Ron Unconditional Love is here. Medium Kim, Angel Star Karma, check out their channels. But Medium Kim is a hospice nurse who's a medium, and we teach together. We teach classes, and our first class together, she taught us how to open our third eye. And I'm going to give you this lesson really quickly. Basically, you picture an image inside your head. I'm going to say use a butterfly. And so the butterfly is in your head. Close your eyes. You see the butterfly in your head. Now push the picture out of your third eye with your eyes closed. Push the picture out of your third eye so you can see it in front of you. Practice that. Bring the image out. Bring the image in. Bring the image out. That's going to help you exercise your third eye. It really does. It's sort of like sit-ups for your third eye. Now, I'm saying a butterfly because those of you that know, we accidentally chose an elephant to put in and out of our third eye, and I literally injured my third eye. Literally, I had to put ice on it. I mean, I'm not even kidding you guys. So just use something small, but it really does work. So I think just doing those things, you're on the right track. Be gentle with yourself. Let it unfold. They're saying let it unfold and enjoy the journey. Hopefully that makes sense. And go.
Awesome. And the butterfly was much, much better than the elephant. Thank you. I got, G. Kim, I got that you need to allow your vulnerability, and, that's not to be afraid of being vulnerable when you are protected. You protect yourself with your white light, and you're working really hard to do that. So it takes time, and it will come at the most unexpected time. It really will. 3:00 in the morning, sitting on the can, they all came in. So, it can happen anytime. I just want to mention a couple of things. The first thing I want to mention is that today on Susan's channel, I believe it's 5:00 Central. Okay, 5:00 Central time. So add and subtract all your other times. She's having pet psychics on. Ooh-wee. And the money will go to different no-kill shelters, and yep.
There's no money today, but they're going to give free readings, free mini readings, and they're going to talk about their not-for-profit group, which does events for shelters to raise money. So they're just introducing themselves and what they do today, and explaining because they're looking for shelters. They're actually looking for shelters to raise money for. Imagine having a group of pet psychics do online readings and then give your shelter all the money for that. So it's really cool. I hope you guys can join us. It's on my channel, 5:00 today. Thank you, Allie, for shouting that out. I appreciate it.
No problem. And I saw some people here wanting to hear from their animals, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to make sure I said something, because everybody here, we take the questions from the community board, which is found on my Heart and Soul Connected. You'll see different words at the top, and one of them is community. Go there and you'll see a lot of different things there. And also want to say that the Tarot Love community will be, I believe, at 4:00 this afternoon or something like that. They are going to be doing our second Psychic Squares that we had taped. So if you want to, and Tarot Love community is opening up today. So, all right. Anyway, let's go to the next one. We have Ellen Galinsky. I hope she's here. She would like us all actually to pray for her MAGA-loving, unvaccinated family. Maybe you can give her some.
Oh God, y'all. Okay, listen, I just have to tell you guys, my guides, like 3 years ago, they came to me. This was part of my awakening, my spiritual process I was awakening. And they told me something was going to happen. And I didn't know what it was. And it was going to be really bad. And it sort of looked like Armageddon to me. But anyway, this kind of is like that in a way. And they told me that the whole purpose was I was supposed to be compassionate. I was supposed to be helping these people after they went through this thing. I was supposed to be compassionate. And let me just tell you guys, I am struggling with that because we have a local guy, just down the road who died of COVID, and he was an anti-vaxxer, and he was a Trumper, and he was a public official. So he was espousing this terrible misinformation from his post as a leader, and the man died. And I got caught up. I tried to be compassionate, and I was compassionate to him and his family, but I was asking my higher up elected official to take a different tune. So it's hard. It's hard to be compassionate. I'm already not doing well at it, but that's what they're asking us. They're asking us to try to be compassionate to them and see them. They keep telling me that line that for they do not know, do not judge them or something, for they do not know, something like that, right? I'm not a religious person, but yet they keep quoting the Bible to me. So we just have to try our best to just love them through it. And I know how hard it is because this is all avoidable. And I wish I had better advice for you. Go into observer mode. Go into observer mode. That's the best thing you can do, is separate your emotions, because there's nothing you can do for them. Nothing. They have to come to you. When they come to you and they ask for compassion and acceptance, that's when you're in the game. But right now, we're on the sidelines. All we can do is keep ourselves well so that we can be ready to help them on the other side of this, and to be in the observer mode. That's the best thing I think I can say. I wish I could snap my fingers and make something else happen, but I can't.
Yes, Harry's mom and Shield Maiden, that's exactly what it is. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Yep, but I agree. Interesting. When they come, when they're finally coming to you, you have to be the one that's receptive, or they need to be receptive to you. But unfortunately, you can only send them love and healing for what they're doing. If this is their choice, we cannot, unfortunately, do anything about it. But it's really painful, and it's really hard. Susan's right. It's really hard to be compassionate when you know somebody is, they're not only doing it, they're being selfish because they're not thinking of other people and passing that along to other people. So, yep. Thank you so much, everybody. All right. Next is from our dear friend Ron at Unconditional Love Tarot. We love Ron. He's always in our chat. He said Medium Kim came to his chat and he was so excited. Ron, we love you, and we love to come and see you as well. So thank you so much. He wants to know if there are any messages from Spirit for him to know that he needs to know at this time and moment in his life.
Hi, Ron. Thanks for joining us today. Let me just tune in to you. As I do, you know what they're showing me? They're showing me I'm seeing angel wings on you. And I was just asking them, is this new, or did you always have them? Or I feel like they're showing me they were tucked in under your skin on your back, right? They were always there, but they were kind of like under these folds. And then all of a sudden they've opened up, and now they want you to fly. It's not only that you have this angelic energy. They want you to use your wings to fly. So that kind of means that right now you're sort of like here, right? Like on earth, right? And or whatever at this level. And they want you to go up. They want you to go up more. Soar higher. I just heard soar higher. It's okay to soar higher, and it's okay. They're telling me things are going to make more sense to you when you go up and look down. So you go up, and it's sort of like in Native American culture, they would say the hawk, sees the bigger picture, right? Right. And this is what they're saying. Go up. I feel like you are very empathic, Ron. And this is getting you down, this stuff we were just talking about. So just feel free to use those wings. You got them. You earned them. They're there. You've earned your wings. Now you feel free to fly about the country. Hopefully that helps you, Ron. Let's see what Allie has to say.
I saw all of that. I mean, as she was saying it, it just is so true, Ron. And you have so much compassion and you have so much empathy for people that probably you need to wring yourself out a few times, at certain times, because it can pull you down and weigh you down. That's why flying would be wonderful for you. But look at this, Ron. I think that it's grace. You have such grace, and I don't mean it in a mamby-pamby way. I mean, you are a grace. You are grace. You are. And we thank you, Ron.
That's beautiful, Allie. I agree. I agree. What's our next question?
Okay. So the next one is from Anita Font, Fonte. She says this is a general question about Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor, or they call him Ron DeSatan, I think. Um, she says that several people are suing him over mask mandates. She wants to know if they'll succeed.
Yes, this is we've had to take matters into our own hands to protect us and our kids. And let me look at that because I'm in Texas and we're the next state that's going to be experiencing this. Thank you, Michelle Shelton, for that beautiful gift. Your generosity is so sweet. It's tricky. Here's the thing. It's a tricky question because it depends on how fast it can go up to court. The lower courts, there's nefariousness going on here. They're trying. It is so silly because the thing is, these companies don't want this. Do you guys know that the cruise companies going out of Florida actually agree with the CDC? They actually want to follow the CDC's rules. And DeSantis is saying, no, you're not going to follow the CDC's rules. These are private companies. They can do whatever they want, but he's telling them what to do. So this isn't going to work. In the long term, it's not going to work. They cannot tell. It's not going to work. But in the short term, what I see is a stay, which means I think when they're telling me a lower court stay, I think what that means is that DeSantis's decision stays. Okay. So I see them having to go up the courts. You guys remember that the courts have been stacked for a long time. I mean, a long time, but especially in the last 4 years. So we have to get to a judge that's reasonable. I mean, this is going to be, I see it going up the court really quickly. Not quickly enough. I don't think it'll happen before September. Mid-September would be the fastest. And then by that time, what do we do? I don't know. It's going to get struck down. The question is getting it up the courts. That's the question. And the timing. I wish I could be more specific.
Well, I find that this is a very fascinating card that I pulled, and it's creativity. But look at the web. It's a spider in a web. And so it could mean that this is going to be creatively solved. People will find a way to get around it. And I hope that's the case, at least if we can't, solve it completely. But I think that actually this represents him. And he's building his own web, and he's going to get stuck in it. I don't think he's probably going to get reelected. If he does, I'd be very surprised. Yeah. So, okay. The next one that I have, thank you, Anita, for that question, actually. I have Sue, which is just plain old Sue. I don't have a last name. I think she is in the chat. Will I be successful in the new job that I accepted, and was this the right job for me?
Spirit is on it today. They're answering the questions before you even get done with the question. The answer is yes. You're going to be successful. I'm glad you put it for two-part because this is how we have to ask the questions is literally in two-part questions. That part, so yes, you're successful. The second part is it seems like they're telling me this is a stepping stone. Either you're going to move up within the company or you're going to move to another job. This is a stepping stone job for you. There's some big changes, look, expect miracles. I've been telling my clients this lately. I don't know. Maybe this is miracle season, but I know that we've all experienced some situation where all of a sudden somebody left a job and they put you in it, and you're like, "That? How did that even happen? I don't know." Right? We don't know how these things happen. Expect that. There's some kind of fast moving things that are going to be beneficial to you. So it's all good. It's all good. There might be some shakeups, but I want you to know that if people, it's like chutes and ladders. When people drop down, you don't, and you keep going up. So that's really good news, I think.
All right. Michelle, thanks for your donation. It will add your question to the end. I do have to tell you, though, that it will be, a few minutes before we can answer it. Okay. Thank you very much. As far as Sue is concerned, I see joy, which would come from exactly Susan was talking about, how, actually it's going to just being something good for you.
Allie, you're
Infinite.
buffering. Move a little slower. You're buffering. Move a little bit slower.
Okay. So infinite joy is what I get for you, and it helps you with what you're wanting to do with this job. But Susan was mentioning miracles are happening and so on, and things happen. It could be synchronicity, whatever we find it to be. There's another one, and it's called the finger of God, and I considered that when my husband was placed in this current season, and it wouldn't have happened if someone hadn't died. Someone died, and so this became available. Expected to happen. So I consider that to be a miracle. It's sort of finger of God idea. So blessings to you. All right, we're moving on to the next question. Laura Brown. Laura Brown. Does my grandmother, Laura or Lay, have a message for me?
Allie, you're really buffering. So just when you're talking, try to hold really still and just talk slow. Allie is in the middle of nowhere on the coast, and it's beautiful, I'm sure, but not much cell service or internet service. So thank you guys for being patient with me and with both of us. I'm going to ask you, Allie, one more time. I know I just kind of got bits and pieces of that. I think it was somebody's
Okay.
mother.
Yes. We have Laura, Lora, Brown, wanting to know about her grandmother, Laurelette or Lorelei. Does she have a message?
Okay, thank you. Laurelette. So let me look at Laurelette. Laura Brown, you're here. Great. That's beautiful. I love the hibiscus flowers on your little icons there. Okay, Laurelette. She's with you. She kind of hovers above you. She must. I think she's been gone for a minute. From this plane for a minute. She hovers above you. She smiles at you. She's such gentle was the word I was going to say, but that's not really the right word for her. She's smiling and she's just happy. Maybe even a little bit of a funny personality. A little bit of a humor. She has humor. And I believe, you may not know this about her, but I think she liked tricks or playing pranks on people, or she just liked jokes. She just seems like that kind of energy to me. She sends her love to you. She definitely watches over you. It's more of a global, like she's hovering above your house or hovering above you. That's why I feel like 1991. That's why I feel like she's been gone for a while, because the longer they are gone, the kind of more global view they have of your life, right? If they've been gone only a year or months or a couple of years, they literally come in your living room and sit on your couch, which I was just told my dad was doing, who's crossed over. So yes, so she sends her love. There's something about something red. I don't know if it's a car or a color that she liked, or if it's something that you have, but I feel shiny, new, red, something red. but she wants to know that she does. She watches over you without intruding. She doesn't want to intrude in your life. She values your privacy. So that's another reason why she's kind of hovering instead of like going right into your world. But yeah, she sends her love to you. She says everything is going to be okay. I don't know what she's talking about. Everything is going to be okay. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. It's all small stuff, she says, right? So she's saying, okay, you have a red 1953 MGT. Okay, so that makes sense, right? She's saying, I don't know what's going on in your life, Laura, but I feel like you're a little unsettled maybe, or there's some choices, or you're feeling like the sands are shifting. This could be something you're sensing that's going to happen and maybe not even happened yet. But she's saying, don't sweat it. You're going to be fine. No matter what else happens around you, you're going to be fine. I hope that makes sense to you, dear. She sends much love to you. Much love to you. See what Allie has to say.
Well, I pulled divine love, and look at the red flower. It's gorgeous. Yeah, she just adores you. She just adores you. And even though she's further away and more global, as you can see, she absolutely knows what's going on with you and your little red MG. That's awesome. So it's so nice I can feel her giving me goosebumps. Anyway, thank you. All right, the next one is fairly long to read, so I'm going to read it slowly. Am I still buffering? No? Okay. It's by Noberto Lara. He says that he wants to know who's trying to get his attention, that someone blew on the back of his neck on August 5th, and his co-workers heard him cussing at someone, but then when he realized nobody was there, he said it happens a lot.
Hi, Noberto. It's good to see you here again. I'm going to look into that because let me see. It's somebody. It feels like it feels feminine. It feels like a feminine energy, um, and it's somebody who is playing tricks on you. It's all in good fun. I hear the words. It's all in good fun. But you know how some people play pranks and they kind of don't know when to stop, and it gets into like irritation zone. Um, but I feel like it's all in good fun. Um, but I do feel like they've crossed the line. I feel like that. I feel like you're irritated and it's not cool anymore, right? And it's always it catches you off guard. You don't like it. You don't like being caught off guard, and it's very real. It's very real to you. Um, so you can Margel's getting a cousin. It could be a cousin. I'm seeing like a great aunt. It could be a cousin, an older cousin. Um, but yeah, I agree, and it could be somebody that you didn't know quite that well. Um, well, I feel like you did know this person. But Norberto, it doesn't matter. You can talk to them and tell them to stop, right? I mean, I know that you tell them to stop in the moment, like because it surprises you and you have a reaction to it. But what I had to do was sit down in private, wherever that is for you, like go to your car or wherever you have to go, and just say, "Look, I know you're trying to get my attention. This is not the right way to do it. I don't really think it's funny. It doesn't work for me. Please stop doing it. If you want to get my attention, please send me a beautiful cardinal that'll sing outside my window. Please send me a butterfly. I would prefer that you communicate to me through these other ways." And I think they're going to get the message. What do you think, Allie?
Well, it is someone from your tribe, um, meaning your family or your friends that are family. You know what I mean? Because we all have friends that are like family. Yeah, it is. But you can tell them to go away, like Susan said. Just look, pick something else to say hello. You're bugging me, especially at work, you know. So that's what I got. All right. Next one is for our dear Vivian. She wonders if there are any messages from her angels, guardian angels, or spirits.
Hi, Vivian. Thanks for joining us today. Any messages from your guardian angels, your angels, spirits, spirit guides? Spirit guides. Who wants to talk to Vivian right now? Girl, you got spirit guides like mine. I'm telling you, good luck. They're like, we've been talking to her. I mean, I'm over here like Allie's like, angels. I'm like spirits. And all of a sudden I hear spirit guides. Okay, the spirit guides are here. They've been talking to you. You're distracted. You're not getting the messages because you're distracted. And you're kind of not wanting to hear them, like me. So, what is the message? Let's just see. Well, the first thing they said was take better care of yourself. um, yeah, swift action. Yeah, Allie got the card swift action. Vivian, I just think I don't know if I see anything like dire. I just think that you're distracted. The word that you could use for all of this is distracted. You're distracted from taking care of yourself. You're distracted from connecting with them. Um, you're distracted by something. Something in your life is keeping you distracted from doing the things that you really need to be doing. And that's kind of a choice, right? If I look at this over here, I don't have to look at this in front of me. It's not as bad. It's not bad, but they want you to work with them. They're ready to work with you. And they're just make some room for them to come through and trust. This is one of those things where you have to really trust yourself, okay? But they send much love, and they say that you've got a lot of power. You're not powerless. They want you to know you're not. I think you're distracted because you don't know how to fix whatever the problem is, or you don't know what to do about it. They're trying to tell you that you have a lot of power to fix things. The ways to fix them might be different than what you're thinking. So hopefully that makes some sense, and I'll let Allie jump in there. And thanks everybody for those super stickers. You guys are sweet.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Vivian, we just love you. I just want you to know that. And we appreciate all that you do for the community. I don't know, I'm going to date myself here now, but what I heard when Susan was talking was, hello, McFly, McFly. From Back to the Future, when McFly didn't get something and he was always they were knocking on his head. Is anybody home? That kind of thing. Yeah, just take care of yourself, sweetheart. Take care of yourself and know that you are so much loved and people are right there with you. Yeah, thank you. And yes, thank you for the super stickers, everybody. That's awesome. Patty M, I have your question, I believe, that I will be doing very soon. And thank you, NL Leonard. Yes. And hello, Glory Paradise, my BFF. How are you? All right. Next, we have a question from Mary Leece, Lecce. Okay. She says, I talk to angels and guides, expecting to hear, feel, or see something, but I don't. Is this normal, or am I not trying hard enough?
It is normal. It's really normal. I think the vast majority of us don't hear or feel things when we talk to our guides. Let me give you some advice about how to maybe get more connected to them. Okay. For one thing, they're talking. So they're talking about, okay, so okay, let me just riff this off as fast as I can. Okay. First of all, we have to have a good high vibration. We have to love ourselves. When I was doing this, when I first started hearing my guides, it was because I had spent this really intensive period of time after this really terrible time in my life, building myself back up and talking to myself. You know, you can do the Louise Hay. Y'all got to know we love Louise Hay up in here. You can do Louise Hay. She has these things called mirror work. You look in the mirror, and I'm always telling people this. If you really want to change your life, quick, do this. Go in the bathroom, go wherever you got a mirror, look in the mirror, look straight in the mirror and say, I love you. You're a beautiful person. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cherished. You're successful. You have all the money in abundance that you're ever going to need, and you're always supported with money in abundance, right? Say all the things to yourself that nobody else ever said to you. That's going to raise your vibration. And when you raise your vibration up, they can talk to you. They love you. And when we're down here talking smack about ourselves, and I'm not saying you're doing this, I'm just saying that when we don't really show up to love ourselves, the communication doesn't. So if you're self-critical at all, gosh, Susan, you should have done that better. You really screwed that up. That kind of self-talk precludes them from talking to you because they don't think that. Okay. So that's one thing. Another thing is connecting with your spirit guides a little bit more. They're telling me use your clairsentience, use your clear feeling, feel things. Should I go to buy some new shoes? Feel it in your heart. Feels good. Yeah, I feel good. Or no, I don't feel so good. Get in touch with your heart. Get in touch with your chakras, right? And then that's a really good indication because they talk to you through this. They talk to you through your body, right? I got a bad feeling in my stomach. I got a bad feeling in my heart. I feel weird on my shoulders. That's your spirit guides talking to you. So they probably are talking to you, but you're not getting it because of the vibration and also because you don't recognize it. It's like they're speaking a different language, right? So we have to learn the language that they speak. And then also, you know, you can always talk to spirit guides through tarot, but not really tarot, oracle cards. Look what's happening. Allie's pulling cards. That is spirit coming through. So you can also just get oracle cards and use those to talk to spirit. But rest assured, you've got beautiful guidance around you, beautiful angels, beautiful spirit guides. You're very much guided. They're around you all the time. Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life is the guidebook. It's a beautiful guidebook. So take it away, Allie.
Well, Buffy, you're right. Stuart Smiley. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and I really like myself. Remember that from Saturday Night Live? Yes, I do. The only other thing I want to say, and Susan's absolutely right, of course, but sometimes we try too hard. And, you know, okay, I'm going to try to contact my guides today 16 times. And it's like, you know, that's too many times. So this says recovery is necessary for you. And I think that goes along with what Susan said about giving yourself positive messages and then open yourself up by doing some guided meditations, get your chakras lined up and listen. It's there. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Yes. The next one is for Laurel. And there you are at the very bottom of the chat. All right. Laurel says that she and her husband are trying to figure out where to move their little family. She keeps getting a message to take a leap real soon, and she keeps feeling Maui. She says, any advice from angels, loved ones, spirit guides, whatever. I love Maui.
Yes, I think everybody here in the chat, and Allie and I both would say, if you have an opportunity to go to Maui, why are we still having a conversation? You should be on an airplane. But I do want to say to you that when you first said, when Allie first read your question, and she said, me and my husband are trying to decide. I just got to be honest with you. I heard baby. I heard baby. So if you're not wanting a baby or that's not in the plan, then you might want to be extra careful because it feels like maybe the energy is fertile around that opportunity. So, or if you can't have a baby, there's something about a baby. There's something about a baby. I don't know what that is. But your question is about Maui. Take a leap. Yes, I can see you in Maui. Is Maui the one? Does Maui? Please forgive me. I'm just showing. I'm telling you what they're showing me. Is Maui the one with the volcanoes? Does Maui have a volcano? No. Okay. I don't know why they're showing me an island with a volcano. Okay. So I see yes. I don't see any problem with it. I mean, believe me, I've had to tell people no about things that I would be sad for them. But I don't see a problem. I see you fitting in and just it's kind of the hardest part is getting there. That's the hardest part is getting there. But yes, I think take a leap. Absolutely. What do you think, Alex?
Well, I may be prejudiced, but it's my favorite island. It's just I don't know. There's just something magical about Maui. Living there would be awesome, although very expensive. Maui is the sex chakra of Hawaii. I love that. That's great. And kick Karen. Or Christina. I'm sorry. Wow. I get transformation, and it might go along with what Susan said if you don't want a baby, but living on an island also is a big transformation if you have never done it before. You cannot get off it very easily. You have to fly. And like she said, getting there is really difficult. You have to have your stuff put on ships and all that stuff. But if you get, I think you should go if you can. Yeah, absolutely. All right, the next one is Laura Rathburn. How much of your personality and characteristics are retained as you progress through different lifetimes? Nice question.
Okay, that's a hard one. I am not. No one really knows, right? I mean, I think the thing we should say is that none of us really knows all the answers. All I can do is tell you what the guides are telling me and what I've seen with people being a medium and that kind of thing. So let me ask the guides again. Well, okay, so the guides are saying it depends on you, right? If you work through your anger issues in this life, then in the next life, and Allie would be a better one to answer this because she's got her understanding of this is really good. The next life, you're not just off the hook, right? I mean, this happens in our lives now. If I learn a lesson from this direction, they're going to also make me learn it from this direction and this direction and that direction and that direction. They're going to hit it from all sides, and it's going to look like a new lesson, but it's really not. It's the same lesson given to you from a different angle just to make sure that you've learned it. So as you progress through this life, you also heal some of the karma from the previous lives, right? And then you go into the next life with less baggage. And then I also want to just say a really, really good book on this is Journey of Souls by Michael Newton, PhD. And he did hypnosis regressions where he talked to people when they were between lives. And it's fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. Case after case after case of this guy talking to these people. You can really get a real understanding of what happens between your life when it ends and the next life when it begins. So hopefully that makes sense. I want to hear what Allie has to say about that.
Well, my understanding with a lot of research that I've done is there is an area that we go to called a bardo, which is actually a Buddhist term, and it's sort of that in-between place where you do a lot of reflection and you decide how your life went, what kind of emotions and feelings you brought in and brought to other people, did you learn the lesson that you chose to come into that lifetime to learn. and some of those types of things. I would say that definitely um, we keep likes. I mean, we have a like for something that's really strange, that we have no idea where we got that from. For instance, I love the martial arts. I used to take karate, and I did that, and I find it wonderfully fascinating. But where did that come from? So obviously it was probably a former life. And I believe that we go to higher heights, that each time that we reincarnate, that we, are one step sort of toward nirvana, I guess, if you want to use a term that explains it. But no one really knows, but it seems to make sense. It really does. It seems to make sense. So, you're not going to come back as the same maybe white woman with green eyes or whatever you are right now, but you will have some personality things in there, I believe. And Susan had mentioned a couple of weeks ago that narcissism tends to stay over there, and I'm wondering if that gets reincarnated. I don't know, or it could be the opposite. It could be somebody that is very, this time you have to be poor, or this time you have to go through this struggle in order to do that. So great question, Laura. Thank you. All right, we're moving on to Buffy 2222. Excellent numerology here. She awoke several weeks ago or more with little tiny scratches on her left hand. She said, she put ointment on it and it healed, but she wants to know what caused this.
This is a question. It's kind of a can of worms question, because I could just tell you that you scratched yourself with your fingernail. I could, I get them too, honestly. And I think this is one of those questions where we can go off the rails a little bit, in the sense that let me put it to you like this. If you're sleeping alone, you don't have a pet that can scratch you. If you've ruled out every possibility of how you could have gotten these scratches, and you know that they weren't there when you went to sleep, and they are there when you wake up. Okay, so we've ruled out everything. Okay, then you have to go to, the paranormal. I mean, you have to. You've ruled out all of the critical thinking things that we could possibly use, and now we have to go into some other realm to figure that out, right? Yeah, I know. Oh boy, I know. So I know, Buffy, and that's why I don't really want to go there. But let me ask them. Let me just ask specifically about you. Well, you know what they're telling me? They're telling me that you that you skywalk at night. That you have. I do the same thing. You astral project, or everybody has different words for it. But you're out there in the universe doing your thing, whatever that thing is, and this is something that's carried over from that time. And you have to be a little bit careful, because I know I do as well. It hasn't happened since, but it wasn't supposed to happen, Buffy. That's the thing. It's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to have an experience there that results in a physical experience here. It's just supposed to be a soul experience, an energetic experience. You're not supposed to feel a physical experience. It was just an accident. Okay? If that makes sense. It was just an accident that when you came back in, this happened. I don't know if that. I woke up recently, like literally, I was in the bed like I fell out of the sky. And I knew that. I felt like, what is wrong with me? Like I'm all like jacked up. And I was like, what happened? And my spirit guides, well, we told you to go like this for entry, and you didn't listen. Story of my life. I'm like, really? And I literally wake up like this sometimes. So that's how I'm supposed to re-enter. Is yeah. I mean, I'm not a roller coaster person. I don't like this stuff. So anyway, that's what they're telling me. Hopefully that makes sense for you and helps you in some way. Let's see what Allie has to say.
All right. So I pulled a card and it's change. You're going through some changes. Um, we got a dragonfly here, which is beautiful, and lots of green. And as Susan says, it could be that, you were possibly astro traveling. A lot of people don't even know what that is. And it's, you're sort of tethered to this long cord that's silver usually. And you get out there and you see other worlds and so on. And you just think you're dreaming. But if you could try to remember what your dreams were, that would be very helpful. So I would write them down. There's a comment here by Bernadette I'm going to bring up, and she says, death changes a person 100%. I'm not the same person I was before all the deaths from my husband's son to my parents, my brother. I 100% agree with you. I'm a very different person since my parents died and my aunts and uncles and my brother died and of course animals have died. And we can get attached to them just as well. Every death brings up something and makes it, it's sort of oppressive. But I believe that once you're over there, everything is wonderful for you. I mean, there is no pressure, there's no pain. And so for me, when someone passes, of course, I miss them deeply and I mourn their loss, but I also feel happy for them that they were able to go to this beautiful place. So I think it was important to say. Okay, yeah, I know, Buffy. If you put a pen in a paper before you hit the ground, try and remember what it is that you saw, if you can. But it is hard. It is hard. Okay. All right, Patty M., I've got your question coming up here, but now you're talking about Elon Musk. Codes or symbols. Wow. Okay. Her question is fascinating and actually, to me, is very clear. But she said she's having dreams about healing and curing people with rocks. A voice is telling her in her dreams that she can do this. I'm going to tell you that there are such things as crystal layouts that people do for healing. But I'm going to let Susan talk and let you know what her guide said.
Yes, Allie is right. Listen, guys, when a voice comes to you and tells you something, that's divine. That's divine communication. It's not it's special, right? And if they know that you can do this, and I know that it's odd because it's coming from this place that doesn't make any sense, and it's we don't know how to do it. I think what hangs us up is we're humans. We want like an instruction pad, step 1, step 2, step 3. And they just tell you, oh, you can do this. Like they told Ron, unconditional love, you got wings, fly, honey, fly. Well, yeah, how do I do that? Right. I mean, that they forget to tell us that we need instructions. So I think and I'm a very pragmatic person, practical person. So when I do readings, when they give me stuff like that, I make them give people steps. What can they do? So in your case, dear, I think follow your intuition. Go. What stones are you drawn to? Right? Are you drawn to learn about them, like to take a class? Are you drawn to get a book? Are you drawn to learn crystal grids, like Allie was talking about? Right? Are you drawn? Yeah. Are you drawn to? They're telling me. Okay, here's what they're telling me. It's like they downloaded the information into your head. It's just downloaded. Like they downloaded everything right into your head. And you're going to be, okay, how you want to go forward is, let's say you contact Allie or me or somebody or a friend, and say, would you mind if I practice on you? That's what you need to do. You need to put it into practice. And so you call a friend and you say, I want to practice this thing. And you say, I think you need, and just look, do what I'm doing. I don't know this stuff. I'm just telling you what they tell me. So if you hear a stone, Say, I think you need this stone, and this is why I think you need it. And then Google it. What does the stone mean? Can that person take that information? Can they validate it for you? In that way, you're getting the validation, you're helping people, and you're not charging. So, you're learning, right? So that's how I think they want you to get started. And yes, you can do it. And furthermore, yes, you will do it. They're saying you will do this. So I'm happy for you. I mean, we need all the healers that we can get, and we're all going to have way new modalities are coming online, new healing types are coming online. These are all things they've talked to me about. So I'm happy to have you. I'm happy for you.
I agree. I found a very good source for stones and I'm buying them. They're going to take a while to get here, but I'm going to put the stones up on my community board as well if people are interested in buying any of them. I got this beautiful labradorite and I've never seen a blue one like this before, ever. It's gorgeous. And I got this from a vendor in India for about $15. I know. But whatever it is you're pulled to, that's what you need to do. And you need to get confident, as Susan said, by practicing with other people, and you can do it free, and you're going to know. You're going to intuitively know you are having a blockage here or whatever. This stone will be calming for you or whatever it is. I think the message is very clear. I think you're going to be a stone reader. So embrace it. It's so much fun. I love all these stones. They're great. All right. The last one, no, not the last one. The next one, Christine Haftman. She tells us that there was a Kundalini yoga teacher named Guru Jagat, Jagat, who died last week at 41. She owned numerous businesses and yoga studios in New York, California, Colorado, and Spain. She seemed very vibrant. Any ideas why she left us so soon?
That's a terrible loss. I see her like a lotus flower or some sort of flower. And, flowers are delicate. I mean, you can't step on them, twist them. The wind blows the petals off, right? They're delicate. And I feel like she just didn't, I swear, I just feel like she chose not to live through this. It's, humanity is at its worst in a lot of ways right now, right? We're infighting, and it's a very difficult time for us empaths. And I just feel like she didn't want to be here. That's what I'm getting. She felt like I see so much love around her. I mean, it's her energy is amazing, just amazing. Um, and I think you have to be a certain level of spiritual elevation to choose to go, right? I mean, we can't just choose to go. So, and she is affecting the consciousness at a greater level right now. She's joined some of the masters, and so she's affecting consciousness. She has a better opportunity to affect consciousness where she's at. So that's what I'm getting. What do you think, Allie?
Well, this is so fascinating to me. She needed to disentangle herself. I think that all of those studios, while they were very productive and loved, I think she was just overwhelmed with all the work she had to do. She wanted to do the yoga. She wanted to do, and I agree. I feel like she didn't want to hang around with all this low energy stuff anymore, possibly, but she wanted to become disentangled. I find that so, especially from what Susan said, it just like fits. So awesome messages. Thank you. Kathy D. This is from Kathy D. I don't have this woman's name though, but Kathy D said she found her grandmother's ring recently. She passed many years ago, and she wonders if there's any messages, but I don't have her name. So if you're here, Kathy D, can you put up your grandmother's name for us?
Thank you, Kathy D. I also want to say, Marg, I typically get these from like Etsy or someplace. They're not expensive. These are not expensive things at all. And I just pick out whatever I'm drawing, whatever energy I need that day is what I wear. And just like Allie has that labradorite, which is beautiful. This is a labradorite ring. You can wear your stones because that's the energy that you need that day. Pick them out. And they're really not expensive at all. Okay, so grandmother, I don't know if you're here. I don't think you're here. I don't know if you're here. But why am I getting what like World War II or what are those people that were involved in those women that were involved in the war? They had a special name for them. Maybe even World War One. But anyway, that's why is she showing me that? I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do. Yeah, Rosie the Riveter was the ones that stayed here, but I think she was actually went. Yeah, I think, and I don't know if she was British or something, but I feel like she was part of the war. Maybe she was in, a nurse or something. I don't know. Anyway, okay. You found her ring. Any messages from her? Why? She's almost telling me you were supposed to find the ring at this time. That there's something about the timing that you found the ring. It's an important time in your life. You may not realize it. Wax, yes, Wax. Thank you. That's the name, Wax. You're okay. Wait, there's an important time in your life. It's almost like I can't get the word they're saying, but like one of those kind of a seminal point in your life where something big happens, and it could be in your mind. It doesn't have to be in your relationships. It could be just you had a mind change. You had this awakening, or you had this new awareness, or you became aware of things in a new way of you maturing. It's like a big maturing that's happened. But yes, she sends her love to you. She's with you. She does seem far away, but she's with you. And she sends her love. And that's courage. Some kind of, the ring is about courage or, yeah. Let me see what Allie has.
So I pulled honoring oneself. And so I feel like she wants you to honor yourself, not just her. But she wants you to, wear it to honor both you and herself and to tie you closer together. So, yeah. Yes, today is a very, very auspicious day. It is the Lionsgate, and 8:08 tonight would be a great time. I see someone put their orders in to the cosmic universe to see what will come. It never hurts. It never hurts to ask the universe to help you out. So I'm just reminding you of that. Starfish asks her father-in-law, Charlie Culkin. His name is Charlie Culkin. She says her mother-in-law comes all the time, but Charlie doesn't. And she wants to hear from Charlie if she can.
Okay, Charlie. Where are you, Charlie? There's two men that immediately popped up. One was had his side to me, and he was doing something, and he was like, "Huh?" Like what? What? Like you call somebody's name, and they're like, "Oh, wait, me? What?" And then that's one person, and then another person came in, another male came in directly and was very smiling and very just focused on you, wanting to send this love to you. So one guy was a little bit distracted and was like, huh? And then the other guy was really looking at you and sending and just really wanting you to get this love message. I feel like Charlie is the distracted one. I feel like he's the first guy. And I think that the reason he doesn't come in is because that was his personality, right? He would be the guy who would be reading the newspaper in the middle of a family gathering and be like, wait, what? Somebody wants something? And you've been talking to him for 5 minutes. He finally just snapped that somebody's talking to him. So I think that's why he hasn't come in, because he's just a little bit, that's just his personality. He's distracted. He kind of is used to the din of people talking, but it doesn't always go into his. Are you using your listening ears, Charlie? Apparently not. So anyway, yes, he's you got his attention. He put down what he was doing. He's often working. He's either reading a newspaper or working on something. He's in his own little world, completely harmless, not so selfish, but just this harmless, nutty professor kind of energy where I'm just really focused on things. And he's like, yes, of course. What? Yes. What can I do? You're like, here I am. What? Of course, he says, of course. What do you want, dear? I love you. What do you want? So that's just what he's saying to me. Once you have his attention, you have his attention, but it's hard to get his attention. So he's there for you. If you need something, I believe he's there for you. Like if you can get his attention and you ask him to do something, he's there. Johnny on the spot. It's just getting him out of his head to get that contact. But yes, his message is to you. He loves you. He loves you from afar, he's saying. He's one of those guys that was secretly proud of you. Secretly, there was a distance, but he secretly was always proud of you and always admired you. But it had to be from a distance. I don't know why. I'm not this personality or what, but it was always from a distance. But yes, he loves you, and that's the message, I think. Let me see what Allie has to say.
I sort of got that same befuddled feeling. Yeah. What you call? You've heard from my wife. Isn't that enough? She's the one that takes care of these things. Anyway, he sends you divine love. He really loves you. He thinks you're absolutely a wonderful person, and he wants you to know I wasn't trying to avoid you. I thought my mother was taking care of what needed to be taken care of. So. Okay, so the next one we have is from Victoria Cleary, and she asked a question about her best friend that she lost. Her name was Becky, and she wonders if Becky has any message for her.
Wow, that was a hard loss. I'm even getting teary-eyed just connecting to your friend. Was a hard loss. Way too soon. You guys were like sisters. And better. She says we were better than sisters. I guess she didn't have a good sister relationship, but she's making do. She's making do with being over there. She's fine. She would rather be rabble rousing with you. I feel like she was the one. I don't know if you're here in this chat, but I feel like she was the one that would be the one that, come on, let's go out, let's go do this, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of tired, I don't know, and just, come on, stop being so boring, let's go have fun. I feel like she was that person. She was the person who helped you live life a little extra, right? A little extra everything. And I feel like you guys just fit. Like you fit together. Like she didn't always have a lot of extra friends or something. And maybe you guys were the odd couple in a sense, but you guys really just, the pieces fit together. And even though you were very different, it just worked. And she sends her love to you. Oh my God, she's giving me chills. She sends her love to you. She loves you so much. She's so grateful she had you in her life. You were the best part of her life in many ways. A very important part of her life. And she's having fun, and now she's switched over to, I'm having fun over here. She's talking about all the fun things she's doing. There's something just popped in about Rock Hudson. I don't know what that's about. But I don't know if she's like stalking Rock Hudson. I don't know what's going on over there. But she can. The thing is that she can get into a lot of trouble over there without ever getting into trouble. So it's a lot of fun. But she misses you. She's with you. She's talking about a red cardinal and also about a squirrel. There's a squirrel and a red cardinal that you've had experiences with that she is blending with and making them do weird things. I don't know exactly, but the squirrel has done some antics or maybe even been a bad squirrel. So that would be her. You can talk. She says, talk to the squirrel. It's me. But anyway, I love her. She's a great energy. She misses you. She loves you. And she's always with you, dear. Always with you. And something about a daughter. I don't know if she had a daughter or you have a daughter, but she's also talking about the daughter. I'm going to throw it over to Allie and let her add to this.
Oh my God, I love that. And this makes so much more sense now that with the squirrel, Transformation. She can transform into any kind of little animal she wants. She has the ability to do that, and she's just having a blast with it. So she says it isn't just you. I do it to some other people too, but that's me. That's what she says. I love it. Look at how much fun people are having on the other side. I mean, I don't want to commit suicide, so I'm not ready to go yet, but, it's kind of something to look forward to anyway, I guess. Awesome. All right. The next one we have is from Michelle Shelton. Thank you for waiting, Michelle. She is concerned and wonders about her daughter Brittany's health. That's what is there anything she can find out about that?
Hi, Michelle. Your daughter, Brittany. Let me take a look. Bye, Johanna. Good to see you, dear. And have a good Sunday. Well, I think the most important thing of what I just heard is that she's going to be okay. That's the most important thing. Now, I do see her going through some things, some health crises, health issues, and struggling. I see her struggling. I know she's a strong. Is she really petite or thin? I feel like despite her stature of being a thin young lady, or maybe she's lost weight. I'm not sure why they're showing me the thin. It could be that she's just lost weight. But I think despite that, she still has a lot of strength, a lot of strength and vitality. Now, I do know sometimes she gets tired and she's tired of dealing with it, right? She's tired of fighting it. 5'3" an average weight. Okay. 5'3". So she's petite, a bit petite. Okay. Despite her stature, she's gonna fight. She's gonna be okay. Let me just think about this for just a second. I heard run its course, although what's weird is I don't think this is an illness, but anyway, I'm hearing run its course. And then secondly, I'm hearing ask her, teach her to release. When she fights it, she bounds up. And when you bind up like this, you're not releasing anything, you're holding it all in. So it's the surrender thing. Let's release it. Do a lot of releasing meditations. I release this bad energy. I release this illness. I release this diagnosis, whatever it is. Release it. Again, look at Louise Hay. You can heal your life. Really pay attention to this stuff, guys. People were talking about Kathy Griffin and the fact that she has lung cancer and she's never smoked, Well, we hold grief in our lungs. We hold that stuff in our lungs. And so this stuff is really, it really is true that to my experiences, it feels it's been true. Of course, I can't give you medical information or diagnosis because I'm not a doctor. This is just my opinion. But I think releasing would be really helpful for her. She has some things she needs to release. She has some emotional blockages and issues that it would be helpful for her to release. So hopefully that makes sense. What do you think?
Well, when Susan was talking about release, I mean, the only explanation for some of you who have had children is that they teach you Lamaze with your breathing and so on, because they don't want you to tense up to have a baby. They want you to relax, even though you're in so much pain. So that's exactly right. But we all need to do it for different reasons. I just am doing a work on the shadow. And that's another part of us that we need to release. So if you want to hear about that, it will be on my channel. But anyway, she's just surrounded by divine love. Everybody loves her. And, she's well loved, and she's got her angels and guides all around her. And they're doing the best that they can, to work with her to make her more healthy and responsive. So let's all send Brittany just lots and lots of love and healing for her. Nothing to deal with like that when you're a young person. I'm sorry. Okay, we're getting down.
Jump in. Can I jump in and say one more thing? She wrote low iron, autoimmune, excessive bleeding. I'm getting a magnesium. Does anybody know if magnesium does anything for bleeding? But I'm getting magnesium, low magnesium. So you might want to look into some sort of magnesium. Look up this stuff energetically, Michelle. And also, I want to tell you, this is really important. I swear I'm going to do a video. I swear. They keep telling me to do a video. Sway testing, guys. We all of us, no matter who you are, or I don't care what, we all need to understand how energy affects our body, and we need to start testing things with our body. Look up Sway, SWAY testing, and go through, Michelle, go through everything that she's eating, everything in the house, and I mean everything, and Sway test it for her. I had a friend who did the same thing about the same age, and she's now my age. She's in her 50s, and she had an autoimmune. Nobody could diagnose. She ended up in bed. She ended up literally in bed, like incapacitated, with 3 young children. And Western medicine had no nothing. This was 25, 30 years ago. And she went through, she had to turn to some other options, right? So she went through and did energy testing, which is a little different, muscle testing. You can look that up too. And she muscle tested everything in her kitchen and her laundry, her clothes, everything, and literally threw it in the backyard. Imagine her husband when he got home. But within 3 weeks, she was out of bed walking. Within a month, she was almost back to her normal self. Within 2 months, she was completely back to her normal self. She's never been sick again since. Never been sick again since. This woman went from being incapacitated in the bed to living a full, healthy, happy, active lifestyle. And she was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. Guys, Sway test everything in your life. Should I take this job? Should I date this person? Should I marry this person? Should I take a trip? Pendulum is good too. Pendulum is good too. So yeah, the power's in us. This is what we need to start using. This is what the guide's been saying. Sorry, Allie, I had to jump in.
Anytime, Susan, you need to get that message out. And I'm going to bring up a couple of people next week. I'll bring up the name and book of another way you can do it as well. You can do it for everything, the same type of thing. Yes. And also, yes, the medical medium, Anthony William, thank you for putting that up. Absolutely fabulous. Just unbelievably true and very interesting. Look it up, CD. She just explained what it was, but you can look it up at Google under Sway testing, and you should get some information from that. Or you can listen to this again later if you want. We have one more question, and we're done for the day. Remember that we try to get out of here between an hour and a half, because this is very exhausting work. So, and Susan's also going to be working with the pet psychics today. So, I want to get her some resting time. All right. So, H.L. Leonard is wondering if he or she could hear from Father Louis, who passed.
I think you're still here in the chat, dear. Did he have a stomach? Did he pass from a stomach issue or abdomen or something in this? I don't know, intestines. I don't know. Something's going on there for me with him. It could be. I don't know. It could be related to something else, right? Like it started somewhere else, but it ended up there. It started there, ended up somewhere else. Okay, so Louis is. Yes, he is here with you. Diabetes. Okay, yes, diabetes. Okay. I don't know why I'm feeling it in my gut, but that's where I'm feeling it. I don't know much about diabetes in that way. But anyway, Louis is here. He's having so much fun. He's like, okay, it's like he wants to take you on a tour. He wants to show you around around the place. Like, I want to show you. Come over here. Look at this. Look at this. I got this thing and I got that. He's showing me all around. He likes this thing that he does. He either does like fishing or he does something outside. I think it's something he likes to do, but he maybe didn't get a chance to do it in his life. Remember when we go over there, we get to do whatever we want. So I feel like I see a cabin. I see woods, a cat. It's peaceful. He says, "Oh my gosh, it's so peaceful here." I'm having so much fun. And then he goes, and then we go, and then we're so woof, we go over there. That's gone. We're going over here now. Now he's showing me a car. It's a car he always wanted to have. He's got that. Why is he showing me his shirt? Now he's showing me his shirt. I don't know. He's even got clothes. Dude's even got clothes up there. Yeah, he's busy. Yeah, this guy's busy, and I'm getting tired. He's dragging me all over heaven. I got this shirt, this really nice shirt. Like I didn't have to pay anything for it, or it was real cheap, or these are free up here, something like that. Wow, he's busier than my dad, and my dad is a mess. I mean, seriously, my dad's standing still. This guy's running circles around us. So yes, he's really happy. He's now, is it your mom up there or his mother? For sure, his mother is there. He's with his mother. He talks about his mother, but I feel like he's talking about his wife. It could be that he's just talking about her, that he loves her. I don't know. But he's mentioning that, and he loves you. He says things are great. This guy's a trip. I'm telling you. Now he's talking about the water temperature, like you could always get like hot water, cold, everything works really good. I don't have to wait for anything. It's like magic. This guy should have a TV show. I want to be on a TV show with this guy. Hopefully this makes sense to you, because if I've got somebody else, he is whoever man I got that's not your dad, Louis. He's hilarious, but I feel like this is Louis. Yeah, okay, you're saying, yep, this is him. He's ready. He's like, he'll be on the TV show. He's talking about Letterman and Leno. So wow, I'm exhausted. Yeah, I don't know how I can keep up with him. But he loves you. He knows what's going on. He's very involved in your life, but not too involved. He doesn't, there's some things he doesn't look. Okay, he just need to make that clear. And when things get a little out of control, like, everything's loud, he's not there. He's like, I got to go. But, he likes his peace. But anyway, Guy, I love him. I love this man, Louis. He could not have had this much energy on Earth. He could not have had this much energy on Earth. I just can't even imagine. But anyway, he sends us love to you. And I'm going to let Allie check in with him too now.
Oh my God, I felt all those things she said, all those things. He's just busy, 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 busy. And, he wanted to be on television, but he is now on television, sort of. And so this is fine. This works. It's okay. I'm glad you finally called me in and I'm here and I'm watching you and oh, this is fun. And, like he says, he's infinitely joyful. And yes, I was crying. I was laughing so hard. Honestly, Nancy, this is your dad. Well, I love him too. I hope I meet him on the other side because boy, oh boy, I need some good advocates. And it sounds like just really, really beautiful energy. And it reminds me of myself when I get involved with too many things and I got to go here and there and there and here. And how am I going to do it? And yeah. Anyway, all right. So I want to remind everybody that on my community board, on my main channel, that's where you put your questions for next week. I'm sorry I can't take questions in the chat. Susan and I would be here all day, and it's too exhausting for us. So we just go with what we have. I thank you all for coming and for telling us things and everything. I'm going to let Susan say goodbye as well. But next week, we'll see you here, hopefully, again.
Thanks, everybody. You guys are amazing for coming every Sunday and hanging out with us and giving us a chance to meet wonderful people like Louie and all the other wonderful people we've met on the other side through you and answer these very thought-provoking questions as well. And make sure that you subscribe to Allie's channel so you'll get you'll get like a notification so you'll know when we're on. You can also check out my channel, Susan Lynn Medium. And remember that I'm having a live this evening at 5 Central where I'm meeting with some pet psychics. And they're going to give mini readings. So if you've ever lost a pet or have a pet currently in your life, you might want to check it out. Thank you again so much, guys. Love you guys all so much. Love you guys all. Keep Jen of Jen's World in your thoughts and prayers. She's getting better, but we really need to keep sending her some good, positive love so that we can bring her back on her channel and on our channels as well. Thanks again, everybody.